We are back again for our second race in this tournament, the worldwide tuk-tuk tournament at Gauntlet Con. Our first race is just over, and the racing drivers are flown in from Houston, Texas. And now we are in Europe. We are in beautiful Venice. And maybe some of our tuk-tuks, therefore, have like hovercraft style floating pipes below them, or whatever they use to go through channels as well. Who knows? Maybe you don't need that. Maybe you just fly over bridges, make your own bridges. We will see. We have 2 returning racing drivers, but we also need to create 2 more racing drivers, and I will share my screen so we can have a look together at how to create your tuk-tuk drivers. This is how we start. Welcome, everybody, first of all. And there is, you sent a second driver in the race, Eike. That is interesting. So every racing driver here is has one name, or the name of their tuk-tuk. Sometimes it's the same, the name of the tuk-tuk and the driver. And then you have one thing which makes you famous. And in this Google drawing, which is linked in our joint chat, you can enter your details. So Eike, can you introduce your tuk-tuk driver to us?
Sure. I am Gianluigi, who is called by his friend Zgigi. He's actually 12-year-old and not allowed and not permitted to drive a tuk-tuk in the streets of Venice, which is why he's constantly wearing a fake mustache to look slightly older. Yes, but he has his own fan base, and he's kind of famous on YouTube.
Famous on YouTube.
Yeah.
Gigi, famous on YouTube. Yes, cool. And Charles, you are a returning racing driver. Who are you?
I'm Snaggle Whiskers. I came in second to a member of Gigi's driving team in Houston, and now I want my revenge. Though I'm comfortable enough. Just second is generally good enough if you can do it often enough and finally pull out a win in the end. So. I tend to play a conservative style.
Yeah, and sometimes you even start with headaches, and still are so close to win.
He also likes his beer.
Yeah. Noella, you have Yo-Yo?
Give me just a second.
Yes, we have a second. Well, because you're so fast, you will win anyway, even if you take a second. Then if you want, then JD can also start.
So my character is Yo-Yo, who is a grandma and is famous for road rage.
Whoa. Cool. All right. And finally, JD, who is Ines?
Ines is a maybe like mid-20s racer, and she explicitly tries to instruct kids on how to live their lives properly. To be courageous, stand up against bullies, take their vitamins, say their prayers, all that.
You really want these +1 bonuses from your other racing drivers, right? Yeah. Maybe you get it. Maybe the grandmother gets it. Maybe the local Gigi. Or Snaggle Whiskers, just a professional racing driver all over the world. Looking forward to see you on the road. Cool. So I stop sharing my screen here. So as I said, we describe each of us an obstacle. And because I have experienced racing drivers with me, I don't need to introduce one by myself. But I can ask Eike to introduce the first obstacle. Do you have a link to the map of Venice already, or shall I share that again?
I've got one ready. If Eike wants to take a minute to find one. But.
Okay, yeah, you can go first if you want.
Well,
Right,
yeah,
sure.
then, Charles, let's start with you. I just pick the link and put that into my screen, and we share that.
It's in the Venice channel right there. We see it?
Oh.
The fish market. Fish market. It doesn't look like it's all fish, though.
Yeah.
So this obstacle is that we were not provided breakfast for the race. And of course, races are long and require some food. I mean, they probably don't start too early in the morning, so around lunchtime. But the obstacle here is to get yourself fed without hopefully running anyone over or running into these big pillars.
So cool. So how this works for the newbies in tuk-tuk racing here is that Charles can now decide who is championed, who has some kind of advantage he describes in this situation, and who gets a -1. And oh no, we are still, oh, I forgot, we haven't done the preparation of the race. We haven't done the preparation.
That's true.
Yeah, so Charles, thank you for offering inspiration for preparation. So we all need to prepare for a race. We can't just start with running into a race. So we come back to the fish market. This is where the race starts. Thank you, Charles. This is how we do. However, first of all, you all need to roll 2d6 in our Hangouts chat. A flat 2d6, and just PBTA style. 10 plus is a full success, 7 to 9 a partial success, 6 minus is a miss. And then we all describe how we arrive at the fish market. This can be a flashback. This can be part of your history, what you describe as preparation. This can be just the style of your tuk-tuk, a new innovative thing you have brought with you, or just something even which you placed already on the tracks, on the circuit. This can be anything. So, so we have, JD, you rolled an 8, which is a partial success. So something minor got wrong. What is it?
Sorry, were you speaking to me, Garrett?
Excuse me?
Were you talking to me? Sorry.
No, JD.
Sorry.
How do you prepare for the race, and what minor thing goes wrong?
I probably scout out a shortcut, but maybe it gets blocked in, like somebody makes a delivery, like a truck delivery. And so when I was planning on taking this alleyway by scouting out, but it's going to be blocked off.
Cool. All right. So you are maybe a little bit too late, but maybe earlier than the others. Let's see how they roll. Oh, it doesn't go well for our grandmother. Noella, what goes wrong?
So, unfortunately, I have a very hard time getting out of bed because of all my aches and pains. So I just get out of the gate a lot later than the rest of the competitors.
Yeah, well, no respect for the elderly. What about our local Gigi, 12-year-old? You're quite the opposite.
Yes, I got up very early today, and I have 2 things that I want to do today. I want to race and win this race, and I want to watch to the very end the current game between Inter Milano and AC Milano. I'm a great supporter of Inter, and unfortunately, it comes to a penalty shootout, and well, it takes forever. So I'm a little bit late for the race.
Just in time together with Ines.
Yes, but Inter won. It was worth it.
Yeah, it was all about bribes. I know. And finally, Snaggle Whiskers.
I'll approach it a little bit backwards rather than do something, but something went wrong. It'll be the something that went wrong is that I'm just jet lagged, and the flight wasn't pleasant. I didn't get enough sleep, but to make up for it, I had some delicious Italian espresso with a croissant. So I've actually got what passes as an Italian breakfast already. But I probably want lunch at the market. Anyway.
Right. So as you can see, I'm back on our drawing. Everybody who had a partial success starts with one flow. The flow is somehow like your position in the race and how well it currently goes for you. So you pick your little tuk-tuk and move it to the next slot there if you had a partial success. On a miss, you don't get any flow. You would have gotten a full 2 flows on a full success. Sounds good. And now, sorry for the delay, Charles, we are back at the fish market. So we had a description already for the fish market. So this is like the first obstacle we have going through this fat fish. And so you all roll 1d6. And Charles can make a decision.
Yeah, I get to champion someone here and trouble them. That'll affect your d6 roll. And so I think Yo-Yo, the grandma, will be championed here because she's hungry, and aches and pains go away a little bit better with food. Ines, trying to be a role model, will have to be extra careful, not run over people. So I think Ines is going to be troubled here.
Okay, so you can roll with your bonus, just write -1 or +1 behind it. Nobody is alone in the lead, so nobody needs to roll with -2.
Oh, and you only, okay, the 1d6.
Yeah, just one. So the others just have a flat d6. And we are interested in the highest roll and the lowest roll in this. So Ines rolls a 3. And Snaggle Whiskers rolls a 4. And yeah, Grandmother had a +1. Indeed. Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo. What did you roll?
So, 2.
A 1. +1.
Well,
so
yeah,
you got a 2.
Yeah.
So you got a 2. Okay, so the highest roll here is a 5. And that means Gigi, the one with the highest roll, describes how Gigi is with bravura passing through the obstacle. How does it look like?
Yeah, well, I'm a local. What's good for me is bad for the others. So I drive through this fish market. I know the people here who work here, and I shout to them. And I know the guy who works at the section there on the left, and I shout to him because he's a great supporter of Internazionale Milano as well. And I shout to him, "Look at them! They are AC Milano fans!" and show in the direction of the others, and just drive past him and know that he's just throwing fish at them because he hates AC.
For sure. Now, Yo-Yo, what goes wrong for you? You had the lowest roll, a 2.
So, I'm very hangry. Do you know this word, Garrett?
Yeah, I know, because I went to Hungary when I was 15 and I was a angry, hungry Hungarian. Yeah.
So Yo-Yo is very hangry, and I think I just stopped to eat a lot, and then I get into a fight with one of the sellers at the fish market, and I start beating him up.
Whoa! Okay. Now we get a new picture of our grandmother, Yo-Yo. Yeah. Good to know for future occasions. we might run into people. Thank you very much. So now there's a little table on our drawing where you can see how your flow changes depending on your dice roll. So if you rolled a 1 or less, which isn't the case for anybody, you lose 1 flow. If you roll 2 to 3, your flow stays the same. If you rolled 4 or more, you gain 1 flow. And please correct the position of your tuk-tuk on our drawing accordingly. And then I asked the next person to give us an obstacle. And if somebody wants to volunteer, otherwise I would suggest that it's Eike's turn now.
All right, I copy and pasted the link into the Hangout chat.
Thank you. I will update the fish market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since we're in Venice, it will have something to do with fish and water.
There we are. Oh,
we're on a boat. We are passing. I have been to Venice so many years ago. I can't remember whether that's probably not the Canale Grande, but let's just assume it's probably the open sea. We need to cross this this section, and we need to get from one part of the city to the other, and we are on a boat. But since this is a very small boat and all the tuk-tuks are on it, well, there's always the danger of the risk of falling into the water.
Okay. Who's championed? Who's troubled? Who gets a +1? Who a -1?
I'd say that Yo-Yo, I mean, after having eaten so many fish, she's perfectly happy and fine. She gets a +1.
Okay.
And let me, well, being out in the open, well, I don't know. Well, the boat is not the calmest way of traveling, which interferes with Snaggle Whisker's hangover and his headache, so he gets the -1.
That was the last race, but we can assume that I'm a little bit hungover. Sure.
I thought you flew in from Houston. That's why you were tired.
I'm tired, for this one. But yeah, so maybe the waves kind of make me fall asleep a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah. Good. And first class Lufthansa, so the alcohol is for free. Yeah.
Is it 1d6 again?
It's 1d6 again. So you all roll 1d6 now, and add your bonus. And if one person is alone in the lead, which is again not the case because Snaggle Whiskers and Gigi are both at 2 flow, you would get -2. So this is not the case. So you just have the +1 and -1.
Ouch. 1.
Ouch. And this time, JD, what goes so well for Ines? You have the highest roll.
I think I caught a first boat across it. So like I caught that one and they started going, and the rest of you had to catch the next boat.
All cramped on one boat and you alone on your own. And then there is Gigi. It's not going well for Gigi this time.
Oh, and being cramped on a boat, this means I fall off into the water, right? And have to wait for the next boat to help me out. And this isn't easy. You have to pull a tuk-tuk out of the water. And, well, I curse a lot. It's in Italian, so nobody understands.
All right. So Gigi loses 1 flow. And Ines gets 1 flow. And now it stands that Snaggle Whiskers and Ines are head-to-head, while Gigi has fallen back, and Yo-Yo is still a little bit behind, as it seems. But there's still time to catch up. Then, Noella, do you have a street view link for us already?
Yes. Let me find it. And I also found a picture of me there from 2013. So I will share that too.
Yes. Please. So what do we see?
It is the Piazza de San Polo. It's the big historic plaza in Venice.
Okay, yeah. Slowly building up. Nice. Wow. Okay, and we go through here somehow, right?
Yeah, so Garrett,
shall I drop into the street view, or
can you show the picture of me, so that, because there's
yeah, I will do so. Yeah, just will take a moment to load. Yeah. Oh, what's the obstacle here?
So you see all those pigeons in that plaza. There are like 1 million. So we have to dodge all the pigeons.
Oh yes, they're all the pigeons. So who's championed and who's troubled? You can't pick yourself. That's you.
Yes, me looking much younger and much thinner. I think that since Gigi is kind of this sort of his home turf, so I think he is the champion because he is used to all these birds and maybe going around them. And then I think that Snaggle Whiskers is at the disadvantage because he's kind of jet lagged and all the birds flying around is very disorienting. It's too bad there you don't see the pigeons in the street view.
Yeah, they got all scared away by the crane, by the Google camera crane.
Yes.
I guess. Okay, all rolled 1d6, and yeah, with the -1 and the +1 accordingly.
Oh no, Yo-Yo. Oh no.
Oh yeah, this Google Dice is cursed. Yo-Yo it doesn't look good for Yo-Yo. And we have a modified 6. So it's again Gigi who is going through it with extra effort, but very nice.
Remember the time when I fell into the water and they had to pull me out? Well, good thing I brought some fish out of the water, which is perfect to just lure the pigeons away. I throw the fish over there and all the pigeons fly out of my way, and I can just drive through the piazza.
So good. And Yo-Yo and the pigeons.
So unfortunately, my ex-husband is feeding bread to the pigeons in the square. So as I'm driving through, we see each other and get into a huge fight.
Wow. Okay, yeah, seeing that. So we see 3 characters moving forward with their flow, +1, because they rolled so well. And then there's Yo-Yo back at 0 flow. Fortunately,
I can't go into negative, right?
No, there's no negative. No, we have one final obstacle. One final obstacle. And this is presented by JD.
Yeah, working on it. Hold on. Let me. There we go.
There we go. I picked that. And what's our obstacle? Oh, that's a famous place.
So we're going up these stairs against the flow of traffic and across the bridge.
With 150 Japanese tourists and their cameras. At least that was the case when I was there 20 years ago. Who is championed? Who is troubled? Sorry, Noella?
Oh, I was going to say on the street view, there's like only the bottom half of a man. It's very weird. Like it cut off his top half.
Oh, yes, yeah. Okay.
I think that Yo-Yo is going to be championed because she is going to, like, after seeing her ex-husband again and getting angry, she channels that road rage into driving furiously. And then I think that Gigi is going to be have problems because this is a crowded area and he probably gets swarmed by some fans looking for autographs.
Oh, for sure, yes. Then pick the dice. Whoa! Yo-Yo rolls a 7.
See, it's the road rage.
And Snaggle, it's the road rage. Snaggle got a 2 only. Gigi has a 1.
No,
and
no.
And Ines a 5, which means that it's again Yo-Yo, but this time with full road rage. How does it look like?
So I think I go maximum speed up these steps and manage to like get some air and like jump over all of the tourists and the bridge and land on the other side.
This will all be on Instagram in a minute. Good. And Gigi.
Yeah, Gigi. When he approaches the stairs, there are 2 of his greatest girl fans, and they come over and give him a kiss, and therefore his fake mustacho is wiped away, and the policeman realizes that he's only 12 and runs after him, and he has to take a detour, and to escape him, it all goes terribly wrong.
Ouch. Ouch. Okay. Now we are very close to the finishing line. And this is the 3rd part of the game. And now everything can change. Yep, Charles? No, I thought somebody said something.
No, that was me. Yeah, sorry, I wanted to make sure. I hadn't updated my my flow yet.
Ah, yeah. Please update your flow, and we see our final situation with the flow. I think I should make that visible also for any audience. Is this. So our final situation looks that Gigi is on 1 flow together with Yo-Yo. Far ahead is Ines. Yeah. And then comes Snaggle Whiskers on 3 flow. But everything can change now again, because now is the time to speed up. You speed up by giving a number. You fix 1 number, and we write this in our chat, in this chat here. Wait, I just wrote this. The number is stating how fast you go, but the faster you go, the more risky it is. You could crash and you don't make it to the finishing line. And to see how well you do, you roll 2d6 and you add your flow. So Ines can add 4 to her roll. 2d6 plus 4. You need to roll equal or higher than your speed. If you don't do that, you don't make it to the finishing line. The highest speed wins. If two people have the same speed, then the highest roll wins. So you don't want to go too high with your speed because then you might crash. But if you don't go fast enough, you won't win the race. Is that so far clear? Because then you could all write a number and don't press enter yet. So you fix your number only after I count 3, 2, 1, 0, and at 0 you reveal that number, okay? Is everybody ready? Sounds good. Okay, then 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa! And Ines is the fastest. If she makes it over the finishing line. Now you all roll 2d6 plus your flow, and we can see if you make it or not. So Snaggle is at speed 8, and Snaggle rolls an 8. You make it.
I just barely made it.
Yo-Yo, you have speed 7 and you rolled a 7. You make it. Ines rolls a 10 and has speed 9. You make it and you win the race. And then there's Gigi, rolls a 10. Could have voted 10, speed 10, but only has a speed of 7. So you make it, but you're not first. First in this race, the winner now, crossing the finishing line. Therefore, Ines, our role model for kids, wins this race exactly as we wanted it, as if it was manufactured. Second comes in is Snaggle Whiskers, famous for his cautious driving style, but somehow just barely avoiding elimination, exactly as what he's known for. And then there are two people who came in, but at speed 7, but we see that Gigi has the higher roll, and therefore Gigi goes third and Yo-Yo goes fourth into the finishing line. Thank you very much. You made it. Now, because we still have a minute, we didn't have the time in the last race because we were running out of time. But here I would like to do something special with you, which is, this is a race and it's a competition. And I have to admit, I'm not a fan of competitive stuff usually, but I make exceptions here and then, like for tuk-tuk racing, for example. However, there is, when you go in our sheet under the rules section, there is a little poem at the end. And I would ask you to read this poem one after another, and I start and then I say who goes next. So we all say goodbye to our tuk-tukeros and go back to our real life or our next game, depending on what you are. I posted into our chat so you can read it there. There's one modification to the poem, which is I would ask you to read it in any language, possibly your mother tongue. Das Leben, I say it in German therefore, das Leben ist kein Rennen. Jeder Atemzug ist eine Gelegenheit, runterzufahren. Es geht darum, Momente der Geruhsamkeit zu finden, der Ruhe. Und was auch immer wir im Rennen gemacht haben, wir werden es alle über die Ziellinie schaffen. Noelle, would you like to go next?
Yes, but I can't find the poem.
He just posted it in the chat that we were doing the rolls.
Oh, okay. So do I just read it again?
Yep.
Life is not a race. Every breath is an opportunity to slow down. Find moments of stillness. We will all make it to the finishing line.
Thank you. JD, you can also read it as it is, or find your own words, or another language.
Life is not a race. Every breath is an opportunity to slow down. Find moments of stillness. We will all make it to the finish line.
Eike.
Well, not only am I not a grown-up, but a 12-year-old Italian with a fake mustache, I'm also not Italian, I'm German, so I do the same as Garrett did. I read it in German. Das Leben ist kein Rennen. Jeder Atemzug ist eine Gelegenheit, um sich zu beruhigen. Man soll Momente der Ruhe finden und wir werden es alle ans Ende, an die Schlusslinie schaffen.
Dankeschön. Charles.
Life is not a race. Every breath is an opportunity to slow down. Find moments of stillness. We will all make it to the finishing line.
Thank you all so much. I stopped the recording here. Who wants to stay for a moment longer in here for feedback or anything can do so.